Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. I'm Martin Rodriguez, or you can call me Sergey. So now let's proceed to our module 2. So bago tayo magsimula, ano yung mga take out nyo or mga natutunan nyo sa ilang module 1? Anyone na lang would like to answer. Ano yung mga natutunan nyo kanina sa module 1? Ikaw is thank you very much. Sino pa? Ikaw, Miss. Yung mga natutunan natin kanina sa mga activities. Okay, thank you very much. What's the one you discussed about later? Anyone? Ikaw na lang, sir. Yung mga natutunan nyo kanina. Okay, very good. So, based on the module 1, mas nakilala niya daw yung sarili niya. So, thank you very much. So, now let's proceed to our module 2. So, this module is under high priority. So, for module 2, we will talk about effective verbal communication in the workplace. So, in this module class, guys, ay matutunan natin on how we effectively communicate when we are inside the workplace na. Pag tayo na po ay nakapag-apply na sa mga work or after this 10 weeks training program, magkakaroon tayo ng internship. So, yung verbal communication na tutunan namin dito ay may apply siya pag tayo ay under na ng technical training or internship. So, but before we further discuss about module 2, we will have a activity called the Workplace Dictionary Challenge Verbal Communication. So, yung original nito, yung dictionary or familiar, yung merong image, for example, ako yung magpapahula, may image akong hawak. So, based sa image na yun, magbibigyan ko ng clue or clues. Tapos kayo magpupula kung ano yung nasa picture na yun. So, for example, sa verbal edition naman, so example, yung hawak kong paper is ang nakasulat ay office. So I will give mga clues na mag-lead into word na office. So for example, workplace, gets nyo? Or building. So kayo, uulaan nyo kami yung binibigyan ko ng clue na word. Understood? So for instructions, the job starters will form 5 groups. So based on the sitting chair arrangement, kayo ay naka 5 groups na. So each row ko ay meron 5 members. Pero sa inyo ay naka 4 lang kasi you are only a 4 job starters today. So 24 lang po kayo. So meron may matitira. May isang group na may 4 na member. So the representative will describe the word or phrase on their assigned card without saying the actual word. So dito naman, guys, may bubunot din kayong word doon sa box. And then, sino ang bubunot? So each group, magkakaroon po ng representatives. So walang pairing yun. So each representative, dapat pipiliin nyo kung sino mga magagaling magbigay ng mga clues doon sa mga magiging given word natin. So, next naman, the other team members, so yung mga nakaupo po, kahit yung group mates nyo yung nagpapahula, manghula pa rin kayo. Or mag-guess pa rin kayo kung ano yung word na pinapag-guess yung guesser or yung representative. So, ang pwede lang po natin i-respond sa kanya, or I mean yung representative, ang pwede nyo sabihin ay yes, no, or pwede medyo, malapit, ganun lang. Not literally yung word or word na mag-lead dun sa sagot na hawak mo guesser. So, ito rin po, no drawing, gestures, or writing allowed. So, bawal mag-ano or ganyan-ganyan. So, bawal mag-drawing sa hangin na nag-lead dun sa answer na hawak. So, ayun, ready na ba kayo? Naiintindihan ko ba? So, ngayon, guys, mamili na kayo ng representative Yun. So each group magkakaroon ng representative. Isa lang po. Dapat po maraming words na anak para maraming kanibigay na clues dun sa mga different words na bibigay natin. So, ito guys, ito yung magiging group 1. Ito yung group 2, 3, 4, and group 5. So, for group 1, sino po? Representative? Sino? Volunteer na lang. Oh, ikaw na lang, sir. Sir, ikaw na. Ikaw, dito naman sa group na to, maiba naman. Ikaw na lang, sir. And then for this group, ikaw naman. And then, dito naman sa group 4, ikaw, sir. Sa group 5, ikaw po. O, sa'yo po tayo lahat. Yung mga representatives lang po yung tatay. Lahat ng representatives sa'yo po. So, punto dun sa harapan. Punto po din sa harap. Ito po. So, ayun guys, sa representative, walang variance ang natin. So, sila lang yung magpapamula sa inyo. Ready na for first word. So, sino group 1? Ikaw, sir, ikaw lang unang magpapamula. Guys, lahat ng group pwede ko sumagot. Dito tayo, sir, sana. Dito pa rin. Sa gitna. So, ito yung word mo. Ang gagawin mo, magbibigay ka ng clues na pagbibigay dito sa word mo. Ready na? Go. Dito ka, sir, sa gitna. Para makapagtula ang lahat. Lahat dito eh. Lahat guys, lahat ng mga. Sharing of ideas. Sige lang, taas na kamay kung gusto nyo sir. Brainstorming. First word brainstorming. Saan ang nyo? 4. May 1 point number 4. Next word. You. Anong group? Okay, very good. Thank you. So, 1 point sa group. 2. Other group. Another point for group 4. Any word?
Free time.
Another word. Break time. Another word. Break up. Lunch break. Another word.
Overtime.
Time out. Any group. Length of prayer. Ayun. Very good. So for third, pangatlong word, coffee break. So 1 group 4, 1 point for group 3. Next, last word. First word, learning. Learning. More clues. Ayun, very good. Yung last word natin ay payday. So 1 point for group 1. So yung pinakamaraming group 4, 2 points. So ayun, thank you very much sa mga guys. Yung mga given words na pinamulaan natin, saan siya connected? Connected sa verb. So in today's dynamic work, environment, strong verbal communication skills are essential for success. So in every company or in every work or place, napaka-importante po ng communication. So whether you're delivering a presentation, so just one like I did, nag-deliver presentation, so using verbal communication. So also collaborating with colleagues or interacting with clients, the way you communicate verbally convey a significant impact on your effectiveness and overall career trajectory. So for example, earlier, yung sa mga nagpahula na representatives, the more na mas clearer ang mga clues, the more na mas nakukuha niyo yung answer. Just like when you are inside the workplace, the more na mas maayos kung paano ka mag-explain or the way you are communicating with them, mas mabilis or mas nakakatch up agad nila yung information na gusto mong i-convey sa kanila, sa understood. So for the objectives of these modules, after discussing this module or this seminar or training, you will express ideas in information accurately and understandably. Also adapt communication styles to different audiences. For example, sa mga boss, managers, supervisors, na mahanap natin in the near future pag nagka-work na kayo. So for the next one, pay attention and understand and respond appropriately to others' verbal messages. So what just I said earlier regarding with the communication with your colleagues. And then address conflict constructively and professionally, and lastly, build rapport and relationships. So for this module, we will have a first subtopic of verbal communication. So first we have foundation of effective verbal communication. So in this subtopic, what do you think is the difference between verbal and non-verbal communication? So anyone would like to answer, just raise your hand. What is the difference? Okay, thank you very much. So for difference between verbal and non-verbal communication, as usual, verbal, it it is using or conveying words. And then for non-verbal communication, using cues or movements. So, for mas mahabang explanation, what is verbal communication? So, everybody please read. Verbal communication is words and sounds of the mouth when we're speaking, including voices and cues. So, ayun, thank you very much. So, for verbal communication, hindi lang to basta tayo ay makapagbigay ng words or message. Tama po ba? So, ano po ang kailangan natin dito? When you are delivering a message, dapat convey. Ano niya sila? For example, may ginagawa ko ngayon. Ano ginagawa ko sa inyo? I'm not just saying any words. Ano ang nakukuha niyo sa akin? Or sa amin? Knowledge. So, when you are conveying a words, hindi lang po basta dapat i-make sure mo na yung nakikinig sa'yo ay may nakukuha information sa'yo. So for this one, for verbal communication, as what I said earlier, very important kahit saan man tayo magpunta, especially inside the workplace. So for this verbal communication, meron tayong example. So, for example, let's say in office, if you want to ask someone to get something, when using verbal or verbal communication, paano natin ginagawa yun? For example, sir, pwede niyo bang kunin yung bond paper sa loob ng office? So, ganun tayo may pag-usap. Tama po ba? So, sa sarili po natin. So, for interpersonal communication, for example, ano yung mga dito? Example, pagmumuni-muni. O kaya, ano pa ba example? Decision making. So yun, that is an example of intrapersonal communication. So next, we have interpersonal communication. So anyone would like to give any ideas about interpersonal communication? Sino po? Miss? Ako. Okay, your ideas or words with the other person. For example, when we are calling, nakapubag lahat kami alam, kayo ay tinawagan namin. So that is an example of interpersonal exchanging information. Nakapubag. So for the next types of verbal communication, we have group communication. So for the example for this, ginawa kanina in groupings. The word itself, group. So it is a communicating. For last one, we have public speaking. So ano pinagkaiba ng group sa public? Group, ano lang muna, certain audiences lang. While public speaking, ano na po, mas ang people na po. Mas marami ng tao. So yun po, again, these are the four types of verbal communication. First, we have intrapersonal within ourselves or oneself. Then next, interpersonal, two-person. Then for group communication, a certain audiences. And last, for public speaking, mas audiences. So mas marami na po nakikinig for audience. So for non-verbal communication naman, non-verbal communication is the process of sending and receiving messages without using spoken written. So, for example, for non-verbal communication, yung sinabi ni Miss kanina, ito po yung ginagamit na natin ng cues. So, for example, or mga gestures, katulad ng mga ginagawa namin sa kami, mga ganito. So, nakakatagdag siya na, confidence na sa mga nagsasalita. Mas nagkakaroon siya na kumpiyansa na magsalita, comfortable sila. Pero kung yung too much na movement na parang nasayaw. So, konting lang. Then, also, other example of gestures is yung eye-to-eye contact. Ginagawa ko sa inyo or namin pag nagpag-usap. So, mas nakaka-capture namin yung pag-focus din sa sinasabi natin. So, for this, non-verbal communication, may example nito. very bago to. Yung mga nanay natin pag may inutos, nagpakongang gano'n, di ba? Tinuturo ng lips kung ano yung kukunin. So that is an example of non-verbal communication. Minsan, hindi pa nakatingin, gumagano. So it means, gesture yun, pointing something. So ibig sabihin, nagbibigay siya ng instruction using, views or, ayun nga po, non-verbal communication or views or gestures. So, under verbal versus non-verbal cues, meron po tayo body language, tone of voice, and facial expression. So, class, huwag ba dito, ito po non-verbal and verbal cues is another subtopic of Module 2 or about the verbal communication. So first, we have the body language. So, sabi dito, maintain eye contact, use open posture, and avoid fidgeting to project confidence and attentiveness. So, body language, parang hindi tayo yung hindi tayo yung na-interrupt, yung focus nung nakikinig sa'yo, yun nga voice na mo kanina, huwag kayo masyadong pakita ng too much gesture. So, body language, magagamit natin to sa workplace when we are applying or pag tayo ay nasa interview. So, for body language, for example, nag-interview sa'yo, mas makapapture mo yung focus kung nag-interview sa'yo pag nagkakaroon kayo ng eye-to-eye contact. So, it means you are willing to, for example, sa interview sa'yo, pag eye-to-eye contact, it means nagpapakita ka na ikaw ay willing na bigay ng focus sa kanya or meaning ka sa kanya na bigyan mo ka ng intention kasi nakikita. So parang gano'n siya. So also body language, partner yung posture. So pag nag-interview, most of the other talaga, nakaupo talaga mag-interview. Gano'n na dapat tayo mag-interview. Hindi ko. So ang mas tamang posture ko doon ay ganito, hindi nakasana. Half lang ang puwet. Ganyan lang po. Para saan ang posture natin. Ang lapad, nakasabihan. So parang nakalagnan ng TV. Then pag dito, mas nabigyan yung pagka-professionalism or professional. So pag gano'n, mas agad sa'yo yun, mas impact agad yung sa interview. Anong posture yun? Ibig sabihin, agad yung first impression sa inyo yung mga so, ayun, for example of body language, yun nga po, avoid, just what I said earlier, avoid fidgeting, masyadong too much gestures. Kasi mas nakaka-complete na yun, na parang ka na nasa iyo. So, yun lang po for body language. Then next, tone of voice. So, adjust your pitch, volume, and pace to match the context in the way that intended to mention. So, malakas yung boses ko na hindi naman pasigaw. Pero narinig ko ba sa likod? Narinig ko. So, hindi ako nasigaw. So, pitch ng volume, tone ng voice. So, much better when you are naipag-usap again, pag-interview ulit tayo sa interview. Kailangan daw boses natin para nagpag-garal-garal. Alam niyo yung garal-garal na word? I don't familiar sa inyo. So much better when we are talking, especially patalit sa mga workplace, modulated yung boses natin para mas presentable, pakinggan, mas masarap pakinggan. So, next, facial expressions. So, for facial expressions, use expressions that align with your messages and demonstrate genuine interest. So, katulad kanina, ang sabi kanina, kamusta ang nararamdaman ko ngayon? Anong sabi? Happy. Pero paano yung naka? Paano yung mga kanina? Happy. So, for facial expressions, dapat kung ano yung binibitawan mong words, ganun din dapat yung nakikita dun sa mukha mo. Or dapat yun yung ina-express mo dun sa facial expression. So, kung sinabi, I am happy. So, ibig sabihin, happy ka talaga. Nakita naman niya. So, again, for facial expression, mas maganda na kung ano yung kinoconvey natin message, ganun din yung expression natin. Kasi parang hindi siya ma-misinterpret ng iba. Tama po ba? Kasi baka mamaya nakapag-usap ka tapos sa mukha ko parang isipin mo kausap ko, parang wala siyang ganang makapag-usap sa akin, or hindi siya interested makapag-usap. Tulad dito. Tulad niya. Dahil pala ito, may miss, itigan ko na lang siya. So, pwede kita eh. So, ayun, guys, especially inside the workplace, facial expression is very important. Lalo-lalo na, pag nakaharap natin yung mga workmates natin. Kasi po, workmates, especially yung mga boss, managers, supervisor, dapat laging ang mukha ay kasing gaya or masaya. Kasi, pag lagi ka na mag-usama, nakaka-apekto yun sa trabaho. Especially sa katabi, sa ka-workmates. So, pag lagi ka masaya, ibig sabihin, magiging productive yung araw mo kasi masaya ka. Hindi yung kakalimut pa lang, pero yung mukha mo pang uwian na. Diba? Yun yun eh, di ba ganun eh. Kakalimut pa lang, pero yung mukha pang uwian na. Huwag naman ganun. So, ayun guys, may prepared kami dito na video clip to sum up or summarize yung buong diniscuss ko kanina.
In this week's Training Minute, we will look at nonverbal communication at work. The objective is to familiarize ourselves with the different elements of nonverbal communication in order to better understand it and better discern nonverbal messages. Communication includes more than verbal. In fact, body language forms 55% of the content of a message, and words form only 7% according to researcher Albert Mehrabian. However, we master verbal communication better than nonverbal. Here are the elements of nonverbal language. Gestures. These are our expressive gestures that accompany and complement our verbal messages. For example, nodding your head to show approval, clapping to show satisfaction, or arms crossed to show closure. Posture. For example, standing up straight and having an open posture, or when sitting, leaning back in the chair to show willingness to interact with the speaker. Facial expressions. It can be difficult to hide our emotions, but we must be careful in certain situations because they can reinforce the message or modify it, sometimes without us knowing it. For example, if you smile at someone, make sure you match the rest of their non-verbal messages. Distance. We expect our colleagues to respect a certain distance and not invade our personal space. A good social distance is between 1 and 2 meters. We have now reached the end of this week's Training Minute. See you next week. For more information,
This involves really understanding what the speaker is saying, both verbally and non-verbally. So it's about being fully present in the conversation and demonstrating genuine interest. So ayun, if you don't have active listening skills, mababali wala lahat ng yun. Kasi bakit? Sa pakikinig mo nag-uumpisa ang lahat. Tama po ba? Lahat ng ideas na nakuha from the other person. So, doon po talaga nag-uumpisa ang lahat. Active listening. Kasi pag napakinggan mo sa sabi niya, pinrases ko, alam ko kung paano siya i-deliberate yung response na gagawin mo doon sa napakinggan mo. So,
we all think we're good But have you ever done this? Or this? Or this?
Oh dear, I have.
Well, sadly you all have.
Oh well, if everyone does, then it can't be that big a deal.
Actually it is. When we don't listen, we're saying, yeah, what you're saying isn't important.
Oh dear. So, what should I do?
Well, be present and focus when your friend is talking. We call this active listening.
That sounds hard.
Well, the more you do it, the respond. So first you stop what you're doing. And yes, you guessed it. Then you breathe. Now you're ready to listen and
What if I...
without interrupting. And we don't just listen with our ears. We listen with our whole body.
My body talks.
You picture. Look at Jim over here. What do you think his body is communicating to his friend?
He's bored for sure. So how can I not be like Jim?
Well, make sure your eyes are looking straight at the person talking. Your feet are still on the floor. Your mouth is quiet. No talking or making weird sounds.
What's next?
Now you're ready to respond in a kind and patient way. Find out more about the situation, but don't try to solve anything.
But I can't solve the problem. What can I say?
So say something to encourage them, like, tell me more, or how did that make you feel, or even, what can I do to help?
So, to be an active listener, I need to stop, breathe, listen, and only then respond.
A plus.
Active listening skills, importante ito lalo na pag nasa tayo ng workplace. So for example, nag-meeting kayo with your boss. Dapat active, very active ang inyong listening skills. Kasi pag wala kang focus at salita lang sa para i-explain yung boss mo, hindi ka lang pinag. Paano kung sa time na ikaw ay tinanong na? Anong sasagot mo? Ano? Wala. Or not connected dun sa question na tinanong ng boss mo. So, again, especially for inside the workplace, dapat laging active ang inyong listening skills. Kaya ng activity regarding with the instruction. So, verbal versus non-verbal. So, ano to? Dali lang to. So, instructions, read, each take to follow, and determine whether it is an example of verbal or non-verbal communication. So, later, mag-present ako ng phrases or sentence na huhulaan nyo kung i-identify nyo kung siya ay verbal or non-verbal communication. So, if yung words, phrases, or sentences na ipepresent mo ay verbal or nagpapakita ng verbal, sisigaw kayo ng ox na ox yan. And then, for non-verbal naman, if the words or sentences or phrase ay non-verbal, you will just clap your hands. Understood? Again, pag yung pinipresent na sentence ay verbal, magsisigaw kayo ng ox na ox yan. And if the sentence presented is non-verbal, just clap your hands. So, ganito na lang, tatawag na lang ako ng sasagot. So, for first sentence, a speaker delivers a presentation using a microphone. Again, a speaker delivers a presentation using a microphone. So, anyone would like to answer? Sir, tayo po. O dapat i-apply natin yung discuss natin kanina about non-verbal communication. So, kung parang ox na ox yan, dapat pati yung mukha at saka gesture gagawin natin. So again, 1, 2, 3, go! Ox na ox yan. Oh, yun. Very good. Kasi ano po sagot niya, ang gumawa niya. Ano yung sagot? Non-verbal. Thank you po. Then, for the third sentence, a person maintains a confident posture to bring a job interview. Again, a person maintains a confident posture during a job interview. Group 5. Ikaw na lang, miss. Ano sagot? Ano po? Non-verbal, then very good. So, for number 4, a person gives a thumbs up gesture. Leon. Sagot ko, sir. Ayun, non-verbal. So last, someone says, I'm feeling very happy today. Ano yun? Ikaw na lang, miss. Ulit. Parang walang energy ka ang time eh. Ulit. Again? Ox, yan. Ayun, take mo, tama. So, ayun, guys. Clearly and precisely. So, structure your message. So, under to lang, communicating clearly and precisely. So, for the subtopic, meron siyang tatlong category. Introduction, supporting points, and conclusion. So, gusto naman sa school. So, structure your messages. So, first, we will discuss about introduction. So, it says na clearly state the main point or purpose of your communication. So, for example, ginawa namin during interview sa inyo. Nag-call kami. Ang ginawa namin, bakit? Good morning po. This is Jane Riquez from Westmoreland Lupa. I would like to ask if you register for the website program. So, you are, same sino ka. Then, natanong ka, ito ba ito? Then, after na ginawa namin, dinaskas namin yung regarding what is Jumpstart program. So, just like for introduction, you need to clearly state kung ano yung pinaka-main point mo, why you are, bakit ka patulog ginawa na interview? Tama po ba? So for example, sa introduction, good morning or good afternoon, or nag-pag-usap tayo sa mga boss or supervisors. So good morning, good afternoon, and then yung manager's name. For example, Sir J, I'd like to present a proposal that I believe could significantly enhance our team's productivity and job satisfaction, implementing a more flexible work schedule. So, doon sa message ko, ang ginawa niya ay, ano po, umate, nag-state ng purpose, or yung pinaka-subject ng message na gusto niya sabihin. So, next, supporting points. So, yung sinabi ko kanina, yung regarding with the implementation, yung example natin kanina, implementation of more flexible work schedule. So, if you look po sa implementing flexible work schedule, magbibigay ka ng supporting points or supporting sentences or ideas na magsusupport sa pinaka-main topic na sinasabi mo. So, for supporting points, provide relevant details, examples, and evidences or evidence to support your main points. So, katulad sa pag-chismis, diba? Meron tayong muna kung mabalungan ng ganito. After the subject na gagawin, may supporting details ang bibigay na meron na dagdag bawas. So, hindi naman yan ang pag-professional ngayon. Pero pag sa mga professional, workplace, gagawin natin when we are proposing, magbibigay tayo ng supporting points or evidences or example to support kung ano yung sinabi natin na proposal mo na. So, dito naman supporting points para mas lalong evident yung mga sinabi mo dun sa introduction. Then lastly, conclusion. So, for conclusion, summarize key takeaways and calls to action. So, in summarization, ibibigay yung information na sino mag-benefit nito. And then, kailan to may pakikita. So, mostly, ano na rin yung pag may mga speech. On the word din bullying, ako po si Kenya, ibig sabihin, matapos na ako kaya ulit, magandang umaga, o yun, so, ibig sabihin, yun ay example ng closing remarks. So, for language and tone, about pa rin sa messaging, precisely and, ano yun? Precisely and clearly, very good. So, first we have choose words carefully. So, for example, for its meaning, use precise language that is appropriate for your audience and the context. Avoid jargon or mga word na, sorry for the word, kung ano pa ba yung gusto na yun? Ano yung mga, aray ko? So, hindi siya appropriate na gamitin dito sa seminar natin. So, alam niyo ba yung word di sino yung step by the step? Alam niyo ba yun sa TikTok? Step by the step para sa success. Sino nakakilala sa kanya? Yung babae sa TikTok. Ay, kilala siya, miss. Sabi tayo. Ay, hindi. So, yun. So, yung word niya na, step by the step, carefully. Especially when you are talking with your boss. So, dapat makasabi ka mag-isa. Kasi katulad, example, may andyan mga boss naman. So, yun, we need to, kung saan ka na, actually kayo, guys, after netong tennis program, mag-apply na kayo for technical training at internship. So, what's your words? Kasi bakit niya, mag-misinterpret ng mga nakikinig sa inyo yung mga sinasabi ko. So, for next, adapt your tone. So, adjust your tone to match the situation. So, be professional in informal settings, friendly and approachable in casual interactions, and empathy when dealing with sensitive topics. So, adapt your tone. So for this one, guys, adapt your tone. Dapat ba pag may pag-usap kayo sa cowork, yung laging pasigaw? Laging pasigaw. So, kasi pag pasigaw ka rin sabihin nun, galit ka. O kaya naman, dahil hindi naman yung kausap mo, pero nag-raya din na para ano lang? Para matawag doon? Para sa tubig, stagnant na, wala lang. Stay lang, kalmado lang. Para si Bumbits. Sino yung Bumbits dito? Sino yun? Yun ang intro kanina. Ang Bumbits ng Foundation Bible.
Bombabit. Bombabit.
Sino yung ikaw naman? Anong intro mo? Yung tatay mo, ikaw si? Bombabit ng Amelia. So, pag ganun class, ay guys, pag mag-usap kayo, pag live din pag-usap nyo, mag-try nyo or paano ka matawag na mirroring pa, yung same ang ibigay mong vibes, energy, yung sa kausap mo. So kung galit siya, galit pa dapat. Sabi nyo, diba? Yes sir, kasi sabi nyo kung mirroring eh. Yun ba dapat? Pag galit yung boss, ano nangyari? Dahil sabi nyo sir, yung mirroring, kaya gagawin ko, galit si boss, galit din ang mula sa kanya. So hindi ganon. So syempre, tutuloy pa rin natin yung kausap natin. For example, pag boss, syempre, kahit galit siya, kalmado pa rin tayo mag-relax sa kanya. So again, for language and tone, choose words carefully. Especially kung anong, kung nasa ang workplace ka o kung nasa ang lugar ka ba. So you need to watch your words, especially when you are talking sa mga bosses o sa mga atas natin. So syempre sa workplace. And lastly, adapt your tone. Adjust natin yung bosses natin or the way we